44, Jason Gould, their all-purpose back. Okay, and it's caught by Larry Moulton. Moulton breaks it open! The first play of the game! Larry Moulton! He runs it back for a 60-yard touchdown! Untouched! Unbelievable! So with just 12 seconds gone in the game, the first play, the kickoff, Larry Moulton runs it all the way back. Wow, that is a terrific start to this ball game, Bob.
Yes, a great start for Marlboro. Hudson, incidentally, lined up with most of the players on the left side of the field. Looked like they're going to kick the ball down the left. The kicker kicked the ball to the right where there was only one Hudson guy. Moulton took him on, beat him. After that, it was daylight. I think there was probably a little confusion there on Hudson's part.
Wow, that's amazing. It's the first time I've seen that happen. But Larry Moulton, what was that, about a 60-yard run back for him?
65, 70 yards. It was real close.
As 70?
69, 70.
Okay, and one thing you might want to see here, I was watching the Marlboro practice yesterday. They might try to run some sort of a fake off this where one of the ends will peel off, and you'll see number 22, that's going to be Lance Podlesny, maybe try to either run it in himself or pass it. If not, Moulton will be the man of the moment here, trying to kick the extra point. And single-handedly, just 13 seconds into the game, it's the fake. I called it. There you go, and there's Podlesny. He is in untouched. No chance for Hudson on that one. And 8-0. Quicker than you can say, welcome to the Thanksgiving Day coverage. Marlboro comes out steaming ahead.
Great call there, Glenn, by you. That reverse caught Hudson sleeping, too. Hudson now really in a hole, 8-0 with, well, in 1959, Marlboro, coached by Roy Norton, went undefeated, won the Class C state championship. You had guys like Dave Fournier and Nick Cassapass on that team. A fellow by the name of Ron Gosho, outstanding Marlboro football team. And they captured this, I think it was like a 59-20 score that Thanksgiving morning.
It's a big blow. Was it this cold?
I don't remember it being that cold. 1959.
I just remember 2 years ago, it was a terrible rainstorm over here, and that was a mud bowl. And now last year, over at the Morgan Bowl, it was kind of chilly, but this year, this one takes a cake after those snow squalls yesterday. Now returning to the field, 13 seconds into the game here. Marlboro's up 8-0, and kicking off will be Larry Moulton, the one who just returned the kickoff 70 yards to start things off. Back deep to receive for Hudson. We have, I believe that's Jason Gould. I can't quite get a read on him, the two deep backs. But Moulton with the kickoff, he's sort of kicking into the wind. Kind of just dies right there. But Jay Rohn, we could have a repeat. Oh, that is a touchdown-saving tackle by Ricky Sincata. Jason Rohn just answers that. And I'll tell you what, I think that Hudson's ready to play today, too.
Unbelievable start. It looked like both teams looked like they don't want to kick the ball off down there. Looked like they were attempting some type of squid kick, but in both cases, Marlboro returned for touchdown, and Hudson back there for a good 50, 60-yard return down to the 27-yard line.
In the Hudson starting lineup is Ron Melvin, number 34, a split end. The left tackle, Sean Jameson, 57. Brian Braga, 65, the left guard. Ed Lee is the center, number 68. Jeff Collette, 66, the right guard. And the right tackle, John Cunha, number 78 and 84. Dan Sullivan, the tight end. Leading them out is quarterback Matt Ford, the senior. And in motion goes Dave Ingersoll, the right halfback. They sort of run the wing tee, and there's the handoff to Jason Gould. He gets about 3 yards on the carry. That'll set up a 2nd down and 7 on the Marlboro 25.
Little trap that time off the right tackle. Right guard pulling out, leading the play. Looks like hurry-up offense here, Glenn.
A little no-huddle a la the Patriots after the second half a couple of weeks ago. But the wing tee certainly is an antique offense. You could say that safely, but, you know, so far so good after the first play from scrimmage anyway. Oh, and Ford holds on to it. Nice play-action fake. Going the wide out, thrown deep for Danny Sullivan, but nothing doing there as it just sort of floated in there. Might have got caught up in the wind. It's real windy out today.
Certainly is. Hudson now moving with the wind. Be a little easier to throw the ball heading in this direction.
I'll tell you what, though, I was down on the field. Those first few hits that you dish out today, that ground is still frozen. It's going to be stinger day today.
Certainly is.
Okay, it's now 3rd and 7, and Ingersoll goes in motion to the left again. And that's Sean Kroll trying to go around the left end, just stacked up over there.
That's your wing T sweep line. Two guys out pulling in front of the ball carrier. It looks like Hudson scripted their first three plays, and now quarterback's running to the sidelines looking for some help from Coach Bush.
Okay, so on 4th and 10, looks like they're going to go for it, actually. Little offensive strategy here, try to get some points on the board after that long touchdown kickoff return to start the game. Ford brings him on, gets a little bit of a slip. He's rolling right. He's under some pressure. He's got some time. Oh, and he's brought down by Shane Gilliott. Tough play by Gilliott.
Great defensive series by Marlboro, Glenn. But after that kickoff return down to the 27, Marlboro's going to take over on their own 40.
Okay, and now that's some good field position for them, and now the backfield for Marlboro. The quarterback is Ring Sincata. The fullback is T.J. Rake. He and Sincata sometimes switch off. Rake will take some turns behind center. The right halfback is Shane Gilliott, the one that was just in on that sack, and Lance Podlesny, number 22, makes up the left halfback. Marlboro certainly isn't a very strong passing team this year. They kind of like to grind it out on the ground. Obviously, they run the wishbone, but they've achieved some success with it also. The first play from scrimmage, Podlesny sweeps right. He gets around the corner. He's got one man to beat. And that is about a 25-yard pickup for Shane Gilliott, that sweep around the right side.
Very well executed play by the Panthers that time. Right side of the ball. Really got off the line at the point of attack and really made that play possible.
And the 4-4 defense that Hudson runs, too, I think one of the key things is to get around those corners if you really want to have any success. And now they're just going to run it to the other side to Gilliott. He gets around the corner, and he is gone. Shane Gilliott. That's a 25-yard touchdown run, and boy, just 8 minutes and 46 seconds into the game. And Marlboro appears to be off to the races. They're up 14-0. They ran a 3-play drive and just cranked out a 60-yard touchdown drive.
2-play drive, wasn't it? Pitch to
was it two? Oh, yeah, that's right.
Marlboro scoring in a hurry here at the 91st renewal.
Wow.
Great offensive series by Marlboro.
And I guess you got to keep it simple. I mean, if they're going to just be able to run like that all day, that's probably something they want to do. But really just 2 plays, one from Podlesny to the right and one from Gilliott to the left. And before you can say much more, it's 14-0. And Larry Moulton is in for the extra point. I think they're going to kick it this time after that fake. No, he's just firing right. Sincata sees himself a little bit of pressure. He's got some time. He's going to try to make it. And we don't have a signal, and it's no good.
No fake that time, just a bad snap from center. They called the fire with the emergency play that goes along with it, but Hudson stifled them. So 14-0, probably the only thing Hudson's been able to do right to this point.
Now, you're a football coach. What does Herb Bush say to his team now? I mean, they definitely have to be a little bit demoralized. The first quarter isn't even halfway over. They're down in a whole 14-0.
Well, actually, what you got to do is you got to tell them to be patient. It's a long football game. You still have a full game to play. There's 8:46 to go in the first period. There's 3 more periods to go. You can't get away from what you planned. You got to try to get it going, and you got to try to build some confidence. One touchdown, you're right back in the football game.
Okay, and Larry Moulton will be kicking off for the Panthers. Back to receive for Hudson are Sean Kroll. Actually, they have one man deep back. That's Kroll. And Ron Melvin, one of the ends, is the up man, and Jay Roan. Roan almost broke one last time, if not for the tackle by Ricky Sincata. So interesting things could happen here.
Certainly could. The kickoff's been an exciting play in this game so far. One return for touchdown and almost on the other side.
And he punches it back. There's Roan again. Looks like they're going to try to make another return right. He gets around 2 of them. Oh, nice group tackle there. He's brought down by Ricky Sincata and J.J. Donahue.
Hudson looked like they set up a middle return that time, but Jay evidently saw something he liked on the outside, went away from the blockers. Not too successful that time.
Unless somebody broke the wedge. For the Panthers. And on defense, the Panthers stack up. The front line is 84, Jeff Cotton on the end, along with Derek Reed, the other end, number 88. Jason Sullivan, 77, one of the tackles, along with Scott Giroux at number 72. We'll get to the backers and the secondary after this, and it's Ford takes troops back out over center for Hudson. Actually, no, we had this, it was to Gillette, and a little, what would you call it, an inside counter reverse?
Wingback trap is what they call it.
Wingback trap.
Actually, a halfback trap with a reverse from the wingback. It's an old Delaware wing T play.
And Roan rumbles for 6 yards on that one. And actually, interestingly, on defense, Roan started out as a safety. I was talking to Herb Bush. He said he's one of their biggest hitters. He moved him up to the inside backer position.
Well, he's a big, rangy kid, a tough football player.
Okay, Joe Beveridge takes him out over center now for this series, and there's Gould. They just run to the left on that side and breaks a tackle. That's a tough run and a first down. He gets about 9 yards on the carry for Jason Gould.
Tough run that time. Good block by the Hudson left guard, trapping on Marlboro's defensive end. Got a guy out there, made a good block. The offensive tackle made a good block at the point of attack, hoping that hold up nicely.
Gould's got it like that. He's the leading rusher for the Hudson Hawks this year. I believe he has 5 touchdowns on the season. Now they're just going to break it off right. It was Dave Ingersoll, the right halfback, with the carry. Doesn't get too much on it, maybe 2 yards. Sets up a second down. And actually, they're not giving him anything. A second down and a 10 on the Hudson, on the Marlboro 42-yard line, rather, with just 7 minutes left to go in the first quarter here in the Thanksgiving Day Football Classic.
Nice job by Jason Sullivan that time, getting away of that pulling guard, taking away that play.
Okay, and Beveridge again. It looks like they're running a little bit of an option keeper. The ball is loose. It's anybody's football. And it's recovered by Marlboro. We're going to give that recovery to Jeff Cotton. First down at midfield.
Jeff Cotton from Marlboro coming up with the loose ball. Option, the first time Hudson's tried to run the option today. Marlboro defense handled it very nicely.
I'm telling you, it's got to be a tough play to run. My hands are freezing. I'm up in the booth. I'm not down on the field with the wind and everything wreaking havoc. But Jeff Cotton's certainly very happy with his performance on that one.
Well, I think really the game is really right on the line this series. Hudson down 14-0. Marlboro with the ball in the 49. Hudson's going to have to make a stop here if they want to make a game of it.
And Rick Sincata almost got him to jump on that little stumble in the backfield. The ball's loose. And it looks like Shane Gilliott managed to recover it on that one, but...
Well, you called a little while ago. Tough handling that ball on a day like today, cold. Any pitch today is going to be an adventure.
Okay, and that sets up a 5-yard loss for 2nd and 15 for the Panthers. And Hudson's got a little bit of confusion, as does Marlboro, and I think Marlboro called the timeout on that one.
Yeah, Marlboro ready to go, hurry up, probably had a few plays scripted, but with the 4-yard loss, they're going to get off the script and probably call a down and distance play.
I think with both of these teams, I mean, I remember even 5 years ago, you'd see Marlboro and Hudson, both sidelines would just be filled with kids, but I think, you know, you see a smaller turnout in football. You don't see, obviously, as good of a product, but I certainly think that the rivalry is as strong as it's ever been.
Well, the rivalry's strong, but I don't know, football at the high school level just doesn't seem to be as popular as it used to be. We don't get the crowds we used to get on Thanksgiving. You would hope the rivalry would bring them out, but I guess it doesn't on a cold day.
Okay, and Marlboro coming just out of the I formation now. It's Podlesny in motion. And another inside handoff. Podlesny is off. He's gone. He did not get touched through the line. Just one last-ditch effort by Mark D'Amelio, one of the safeties. Did not work. It's a 51-yard touchdown run by Lance Podlesny. That's his second of the day. And Bob, I didn't get too good of a look at the formation. They just ran that out of the eye.
Ran an eye play, just a little counter. Fullback going one way, tailback going the other. 54-yard touchdown run. Marlboro really having a big play morning.
Yeah, really. Geez, I gotta say, I mean, 3 touchdowns, 3 long gainers, and 6 minutes, 12 seconds left in the first quarter, and the Panthers are up 20-0.
Well, Glenn, you called the first 2 points. One a fake, one a kick. What are they going to do this time?
I don't know. I'm out of my wizardry. Marlboro's going to take a timeout.
Coaches want to talk to the offensive unit lining up for the extra point. Probably going to go for 2 here.
More excitement at the beginning of the game will be the whole second half, probably.
I know it could get a little bit confusing for us. We have the starting lineups, but if they start rolling in the backups, I could be could hear a lot of paper shuffling in the background here. And there's a look at some of the Marlboro High cheerleaders enjoying this cold Thanksgiving morning. And just like to welcome you all to Channel 30's Thanksgiving Day coverage. I'm Glenn Gleason, along with Marlboro Shamrocks head coach Bob Brennan. I'd also like to say hi to John Breen down in the field. He's one of our cameramen, and he's also our station manager. He does a lot of things here. And Stephanie Fleonis up in the booth with us. And anyone you want to say hi to? Oh, we got him to jump on the 2-point conversion. Sincata just rolls out in the end zone. That was a tackle-eligible play. Boy, they're certainly breaking out all the gimmicks. Looked like Ben Coutone went in motion for that one.
Actually, I think it was Jason Sullivan wearing number 46.
Oh, I just saw the 6. I thought it was Coutone.
Jason lined up at the end position that time. Came across the field. Corner of the end zone. Looked like he lost his footing.
Oh, that'd be a scary sight, having to try to deal with him out in the backfield.
Well, I'll tell you, Glenn, 20-0, 6:12 to go in the first period. Hudson really has the workout cut out for him now.
Indeed they do.
Herb looks a little unhappy with the officiating on the other side, talking to the official.
Okay, and set to kick off now. Once again will be Larry Moulton. And the deep backs for Hudson will be Jay Rohn once again, along with Sean Kroll. And Moulton with the kick. It's a squib kick. Actually breaks through the second line. Was that an onside kick or was that a squib, do you think?
Just a squib, just trying to get it through the front line into the second line.
And Jason Gould wound up recovering that for them, picking it up. Good field position for him, though. I mean, you're saying how they need a break. And
well, obviously, Marlboro's shown a lot of respect for Hudson's return. That's why they're kicking the ball in that style. Amazing thing about this game, Glenn, Marlboro scoring all their points against the win.
Oh, that's
20-0 first period, everything against the win. So certainly you couldn't plan to start any better than Dutch Holland has got here today.
Actually, he's got Ford back in at quarterback after that fumbled option by Beveridge. And just, ooh, oh, a big stack up right there.
Jason Sullivan at the point of attack, outstanding job. Just took on the guard and just stopped the play right there.
Sean Kroll knows he's in the football game after that one, man. He got his bell rung. Stacking up that line, you cannot let the offensive line get a good surge on you. It'll be all over. Hudson broke a couple pretty big 10-yard gainers to the left. They definitely want to concentrate on trying to shut that down.
Well, I don't think Jason Sullivan's the kind of guy you want to run at. Having a banner year this year for the Marlboro Panthers.
He's back in his normal lineman's numbering now, number 77, instead of that tackle-eligible play. And Ford rolls out to pass. Just a little pass off to the flat. Nice completion to Ron Melvin. And Melvin, they say he's their speed merchant. Coach Bush told me that the kid can run a 4.5 and one of their keys, if they want to have any success, is getting him outside and getting him open and letting him fly with the ball.
Well, it's a must. Hudson has to put something on the board this possession. Marlboro that time defensively, incidentally, overshifted to the Hudson strength. Every player moving over one man, had a man on the nose. This time it looks like they get back with their even-looking defense.
And Matt Ford, a little bobble exchange there, and Gould picked up about maybe 2 yards. That brings up a 4th down and We'll say a long 3 at the Hudson, probably 47-yard line. We're just about 4 minutes left in the first quarter here now.
Hudson defense Marlboro defense rather reacting very well to the trap that time. Linebackers filling that hole very quickly.
And I see J.J. Donahue coming off the field. Got a little bit of a stinger on one of his thumbs. And they're back to punt. Oh, they sent the block. Oh, they just missed it. Marlboro sent a long block. And, oh, they get a great bounce by that. But it made it into the end zone, so Marlboro will take over on their 20. That's their worst field position of the day, and that's the average field position you get when you start.
That was a great punt by the young man from Hudson that time under a lot of pressure. Kicked that ball 60 yards. Where he punted. Super kick.
Wow, that is, yeah, he put a big boom on that. Got a nice bounce, too.
Well, Marlboro going to work again against the wind, which they haven't had too many problems with up to this point. And Hudson definitely has to put a stop to Marlboro.
And this is a pretty decent opportunity for them. If they can pin him in down here, they'll get to set up with a little better field position, excuse me. And Zincata comes up under center with the snap. And that's Podlesny. Podlesny gets around the corner, and he's brought down by Roan and Ford. Only after picking up the first down and got about 12 yards on the rumble.
Lance got that mostly all on his own. The Hudson defensive end did a nice job, but Lance put a move on him and got outside and made that gain pretty much on his own.
Yeah, he's a slippery kid. You got to wrap him up. He's not that big, but he's fast.
No, he's a fine runner. Had a great career here at Marlboro High. Done some great running, especially this year.
Okay, and now just starting to run some of the reserves through. That's Brian Greska, and he rambles for about 15 yards.
Well, Marlboro obviously found that Hudson's weak spot this morning. They're running that end both sides of the field for big yardage every time they run it, getting great blocks at the point of attack. Man in motion that time leading the play. Good block on the linebacker. Very well executed.
I was going to say that's the key. Like I had said on the 4-4, you kick everybody inside, and you get around those corners, and it's pretty much daytime for all these people, and they're back in sort of a modified wishbone. Zincata with the handoff. T.J. Rake doesn't get too much on it.
Hudson actually in an odd front now the last couple of plays. Looks like a standard 52 defense. Hudson has been known to do a lot of stunting on the inside over the years out of that defense.
Try to like loop the linebackers through. And
yeah, they blitz them. Sometimes they run blitz, and sometimes they just blitz all the way through.
And Greska's back in at fullback, and they're going to run the fake reverse, and Podlesny once again. Oh, there's a flag down on the play, and he looks like he's shaken up on that.
Very well executed play by Marlboro. Marlboro's offensive line doing a great job coming off the ball. People pulling, backs are carrying out their fakes, doing a nice job.
David Ingersoll, what are they calling that? And that's a penalty on Marlboro.
Probably illegal block from the rear, above the waist.
More importantly, though, Podlesny was shaken up on that play. He got someone put a wrap on him. Dave Ingersoll stuck him just at about knee height coming around that corner. And Tanya Urban and some of the training staff is out there along with Coach Holland.
Lance been hobbled off and on all year with injuries. Otherwise, he'd have really put some numbers up. Let's hope the young man can get back in this game. He's having a great game so far. Looks like he's getting up on his own.
Yeah, and the statistics this year for Podlesny, he's got 128 carries for 814 yards, 8 touchdowns. Actually, we'll make that 10 now. We don't have the updated yardage totals, but we do have. He's got 2 touchdowns from scrimmage, 2 long runs, about a 60-yarder and a 55-yarder. He's a little bit slow to get up.
Lance had a great year. I saw him over in Westbrook game. He wasn't